Happy Saturday, happy Easter weekend to everyone joining us here this morning from the island's capital in Hagatna, where we are about to join the TASA, the Traditions Affirming Seafaring Ancestry, and the Seafaring Family of Navigators for a rather humble blessing as they get ready to set sail here tomorrow morning on Canoe, the Fanhigayan, which a handful of voyagers, including some navigators, local navigators, will set sail here out of the Hagatna, here sail out from the waters here in Hagatna and head north onwards up to Saipan. And so we see that the preparations are underway for this voyage. It's all happening this morning, this Saturday morning, as they get ready to sail off on Easter Sunday.
But I hope that we have our good crew again today.
And so they have a lot of those preparations here for their some water. They're getting their food preparations all together for those that are going aboard.
Okay, okay, there, okay. You have a spoon? Coffee? You can make coffee. Oh, what is it? You don't need any of that, just leaf,
And we're going to speak with Cesario and Tony, two of the navigators that are going on this journey tomorrow, correct?
Yes.
You're heading out tomorrow morning. Tell us, what do you expect out there?
Well, we're expecting to have a good wind and have a good journey.
A good journey as long as the weather keeps up. Today, what is it? Why is it important for us to have this blessing before you guys set sail?
Well, it's good to have the blessing for the journey, to have a good voyage.
A good voyage. And how many trips have you been on yourself?
It's a couple of trips. Sometimes I go with my brothers on his double hole to Palau.
Okay. And so you guys are heading up north to Saipan for an event that hopefully you get there.
The Flame Tree Art Festival.
Flame Tree Festival.
Yeah, we hope we get there early.
Right. Well, we wish you well and good luck out there with you and the rest of the crew and your brother here. Sir, so tell us, I mean, what are you looking forward to the most when you go out there and in the water?
Well, the most thing that we need to expect is good weather, favorable wind to get us to where we want to go, to our final destination in Saipan. But as you go out in the ocean, we always expect unexpected things, or things just happen right there.
And so, do you guys have backups, precautions, and then you let all the parties involved just know, about where you guys are headed, your plan? What's the plan? What's the path that you guys have once you leave Hagatna?
The boat is heading northeast for Saipan. Hopefully, we can. If we leave in the morning, we'll pass Rota, probably early evening or probably late evening, depends on the wind. But it seems to be a good weather these days, and hopefully it stays like this.
Yeah. And so, how long have you been doing this? I mean, you and your brother have picked this up from your father.
Yeah, I've been doing this sailing a lot of times. Maybe I cannot count because I started sailing with my father when I was a little boy. Mm-hmm. Then a couple times sailing with my father in the Polynesian Islands. Started in 1985 till the Hawaiian donated the Tabo canoe from Hawaii, donated to my father. That we sailed through Micronesia in 2007. So then we continue, and that's what we're using for floating classroom these days. Yeah.
And so, what the canoe that you guys are taking out, the Fanhigayan, tell us about just some of the preparations, the supplies that you'll need for this estimated 5-day voyage.
Yeah, we will carry whatever we can, food supply and water supplies.
Are you guys fishing out there as well? Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually carry fishing lines that will save some of our canned goods if we have canned goods. But whatever stuff we bring, we consume, then that's when the canoe becomes lighter and lighter.
Mm-hmm.
But it really depends on the wind. We gotta be more conservative on our supplies if the wind is not favorable to take us where we want to go. So we need to be more conservative for a 5 days trip.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask next, is what is, aside from the unexpected weather conditions, what are some of the challenges that you guys anticipate and face?
The challenges is just to follow the navigator's order, just to tell us when to eat, when to have water. If the navigator knows that we get close to our destination, then they'll just probably say, go ahead and drink as much water as you can. But that's to keep our crew safe, we'll make sure that they're not dehydrated. We'll make sure that they have enough water to be strong and do all the work.
Right. It's a tough voyage. Although it's just to Saipan.
Tough decision, all this kind of stuff in the water. It's all.
So you guys are going against the current?
Yeah, we're going against the current between Rota and Guam. And hopefully, if we can get to the east of the islands, then we'll be much better off to get there faster. Yeah.
All right. So we wish you guys all the luck, all the best on a safe journey up there. And then you're taking the same. After how long you guys will be in Saipan? How long will you be in Saipan before coming back home?
It really depends on my brother's schedule. Probably after the Flame Tree Festival.
Yeah.
I heard that's 21st to 23rd, so probably 24th, 25th will depart Saipan, but that's downwind, so it will be much faster than going up.
By the end of the month, then you guys should be home.
Yep.
Okay.
Or maybe right before the end of the month.
All right. Well, we wish you guys all the best and a safe journey when you guys push off here tomorrow. We'll see how the blessing goes here. Wish you well.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. And so for you guys just joining, we are near the Paseo in Hagatna at the TASA hut here in the island's capital as we get ready for a blessing, a ceremony for the voyage of the canoe, the Fanhigayan here, set to push off from the waters here in Hagatna as a crew of 5 head north and tomorrow morning up towards the CNMI, up to Saipan. And so they have a lot of those preparations going on right now this morning, getting a day head start. And shortly we'll take a look at the blessing and just the traditional tomorrow ceremony that they do here this morning for this voyage as they prep it and pretty much wish them well before they take their journey. Some of the supplies that they have gathered here at the hut.
And I hope that that's the case. And I hope it's the guy that is going to be going out with them.
Hafa. We're on Facebook right now. KUM Facebook.
Welcome to
Good
the
morning.
TASA.
Good morning.
So, ladies, tell us, about this voyage. We're here for the blessing for tomorrow's voyage. What can you tell us about the importance of this?
Okay, Pilar. Well, I think it's very important to share our culture, and I think today's ceremony is going to help perpetuate our cultural practices and inspire young people, and even teach some of us that would really like to understand it better. And I think it's a great celebration and great bondship with our brothers and sisters from Guam and Micronesia.
Yeah, and so why is it important that we do this blessing though before they head off?
It's very important to pay respect to our traditions and our ancestors and pave the way for a safe journey and learn from our skills and do our Chamorro and ancestral blessings to pave the way to practice, not only practice, but to live our culture. It's very important that we feel it in our hearts and have our ancestral spirits with us as we take the journey.
Yeah, it's a journey that's, many would say it's not that easy. When you think about it, they're heading north and through the waters between
Yes.
here and Rhoda. It'd be the toughest.
They are very brave individuals, but their passion leads their quest to accomplish this.
Okay. All right, ladies. Well, happy Easter to all of you.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter too.
Thank you.
Probably the very first one is that people are dedicating this to the navigators of Micronesia and the people of the sea. So that's really important. That's the top of the yeah. You might just put it where you're.
So we'll see who else is out here for this blessing. I believe while they prepare for this blessing, we also see familiar face, Vice Speaker. Hello, good morning. Say hello to everyone live on Facebook. We're just here covering the blessing as the Fanhigayan prepares to take off here tomorrow morning. I mean, what brought you? Why do you think that this is beneficial for our island and for our history?
This is a sacred and historical time for us. I think that they are able to learn these skills and to teach them and to perpetuate them.
Yeah.
I just think that's what we all should be doing right now.
Have you ever witnessed as they
Oh yes,
took some
I've
journeys in
been
the
to
past?
several other ceremonies where they either have launched or been having blessed canoes, and yeah, they're beautiful, and I wish everybody could be here.
I know many of people from Guam, many of the Guamanians, even stateside or anywhere else in the world, they don't get to experience this firsthand, face to face. So what's the feeling that you yourself take away just from being a part of something like this?
Well, I love the connection that it makes me feel to the past, our Sina, and just the connection to each other. It makes us feel, and that how it just makes me feel inspired to do more, to learn, to teach, and to perpetuate.
Always a learning experience, no matter how much we take in. It's always great to be a part of something like this. Vice Speaker Chisai, thank you so much for your time. All right, so if you are just joining us, we're speaking with some of the participants here who are getting ready for the blessing ceremony here at the TASA hut in Hagatna near the Paseo.
Go around the block and hopefully we get this out of here by the time you get back.
And this is all as they get ready for the canoe, the Fanhigayan, right here, showing you the canoe right here that they're dressing and preparing for the voyage and for the blessing this morning. To wish the crew of 5, which includes 2 Grand Master Navigators, who are preparing to set sail tomorrow morning as they make their voyage up north to the CNMI to Saipan. And I'm going to do something a little differently. You never really get to see the people who put together a lot of the production for our newscast. And so I'm going to show you our photographer, John Bustamante. John, have you ever seen something like this before, just living here in the island?
Not a blessing, nothing.
Or whenever someone, when they go on this voyage.
That's kind of exciting.
So as being a local boy yourself, I mean, what's it like? You get to experience so much of the island's history, being behind the lens, and now you get to see something like this. For you, it's the first time.
Exciting. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
It does. It piques an interest a lot. It's like I was telling those guys. It's kind of a scary voyage.
It really is.
You think so? I think so. But they're going to Saipan, right?
Right.
That sounds fun.
And so that's what's so amazing is they are really passionate about continuing with our island's culture and our history and teaching all those generations that follow just the ways of our people. And so that's why he's behind the lens. He got a little nervous here, guys. Sorry about that. But yeah, you know, you get that perspective from just all the generations to see just how much of a learning experience it is for them to see. Me myself, just returning months ago from off island, I have a lot that I'm relearning about our culture, about our history, and just about everything that the island has to offer. And so I'm sure a lot of you that may be watching from elsewhere, it's quite a sight to see something like this. And so in a few minutes we're going to see that blessing take place as this canoe, the Fanhigayan, is planned to depart from Hagatna here tomorrow morning, as the crew of 5 go on that voyage tomorrow towards Saipan. See some of the goods that they have here, essentials that they definitely need to take on this 5-day voyage, and hopefully the weather is in their favor so that they can get there safely and even quicker if possible. All right, let's see who's online, some of the comments from everyone here while we wait for the blessing to kick off. Happy Day, Florida. Happy Day, Washington State. From Georgia, Florida. This one is heading to Saipan. And they're saying that it would take them, they estimate, at least 5 days, crew of 5 going on the canoe, the Fanhigayan, that I showed you earlier. We'll get back to that while they prepare for the blessing here this morning in Hagatna. Happy Day, Kansas City, Missouri. It really is a beautiful Saturday morning, beautiful Easter weekend that we're having here in Guam. Happy Day, Federal Way, Washington. Happy Day in Howdy, Austin, Texas. Stopover in Rhoda. Sandy, I'm not sure if they're going to do any stopovers. I'm sure they may rest out there in the water. We'll find out more about that, but it's incredible. You might see them, you know, if you see them pass by after they take off and push off here tomorrow, just, you know, look out, and then the coming days and the next day and wave. You might see them.
Was an issue that impacted. I thought we were the only ones, you know, because of during the Spanish times that were affected by this, cutting our connection to the ocean and voyaging. I realized Indonesia as well had problems, and global powers telling us when to voyage and when not to. I'll leave you alone with Mr. Sess.
Oh no, we just appreciate the.
So this is one of the navigators here.
The introduction. Yes, she's been
Grandmaster Navigator, Saria. Let's see, Sandra, is it?
Yes, Sandra Okada.
Sandra Okada, you were told as one of the organizers for this. Tell us what all went into preparing the crew for this voyage.
Besides the actual building of the canoe and ensuring the the stability and the seaworthiness of the vessel. Most of the crew, this is a voyage that's dedicated to the navigators of Micronesia and the people of the sea. So most of our crew are seasoned, grew up in the islands. So this was a mode of transportation. This is something that's very common in their culture. So for them to prepare, it's really was just part of a life's journey. For Chamorros, it's a little different. We're trying to catch up, we're trying to revive, we're trying to perpetuate, so it's a little harder for us. But for the voyage today, majority of the crew are our brothers from Micronesia. Specifically, we have our navigator, Antonio Pialik. He'll be joined with Master Navigator Cesario, his brother, both sons of Papa Mau. So their preparation for this is from birth. And aside from that, we will have several blessings today. We will have the Chamorro chant, the indigenous blessing. We will have both a Christian prayer, and then we will have our navigator Antonio do a brief Carolinian prayer and blessing.
And so you were talking a little bit about the journey, starting with the construction of the canoe, the Fanhigayan. Talk a little bit about how long did that process take, and what went into making it come to fruition?
Yes. Actually, this is a project we started since late 2014. I might be corrected, but I know it's been at least a 2-year project, from the felling of the trees to prepare the hull, all the way up to the planking. Every stage is 90%. This vessel, the Fanhigayan Wahan, was built by hand. Adze carved, one shaving at a time. So we really purposely took our time. We wanted to watch and learn from our navigator, the techniques. What does he look for in the trees that we fell, or the trees that are donated to us? What shapes are we looking for? So, like I said, it's a 2-year process, from shaping to lashing, and then the drying process. For over a year, the hull dried, untouched. It just naturally dried, and that's probably the most critical part of the whole construction, is allowing the wood to naturally dry. So this 2-year project ended in May of last year, in 2016. We blessed it right before Festpac. So the christening was last May. So this has just been a very long journey for TASA and its founders and members.
And during Festpac, was it was pushed off in the water? And,
oh, definitely.
All our visitors from surrounding islands were able to be a part of that, to see it.
We had over 11 vessels in the water. 9, of course, was, I think it was 14 of different sizes. 9 was our visitors from the outer Micronesia. And we had both the Sina, who is historically significant to us. The Sina was launched in 2009. So both Sina and Fanhigayan were part of the welcoming of the visiting voyagers, so that's why Guam entered first. Traditionally, we would meet our voyagers out in open water. They would be in exchange of permission to enter. Permission would be granted, and then the Chamorro vessels would lead the other vessels into harbor, or for landing. So yes, Fanhigayan was. That was the huge push to, have her blessed and completed, basically to show her to the rest of the world that Chamorro seafaring traditions are alive and well, and we're doing everything we can to revive these traditions.
And when you speak of traditions, the name Fanhigayan, how did we decide on that being the name of this vessel?
The Fanhigayan name was actually out of respect for the land the tree that shaped the hull came from. Unfortunately, we're still trying to there's a lot for us to learn, and there's a lot that is lost. One of the things that are lost is the chants associated with felling, before you fell a tree, to ask for permission, and the chant to allow us to use that tree for our sacrament. Because that wasn't properly done, our navigator and our master Antonio Piala suggested to give back to the land, we must give the name of the vessel, to name it after the land in which the hull, the tree of the hull came from.
Right.
Therefore, because it came from Fanhigayan, that's why we adopted that name. In a way, it's just to give respect back to the land before we take the canoe and enter the sea. It just provides us with protection, and we just want to make sure our ancestors are happy with everything we're doing.
Of course. And also, I mean, in this day and age, we need to make sure that they have all the supplies, all the food, the nourishment, and whatever they may need to make it on this journey there and back to Saipan and back safely.
Yes, exactly. So we have the modern part of our culture comes into play. In ancient times, Chamorros would just get on a canoe and voyage wherever they wanted. Now you need a float plan, and you need passports to cross boundaries, and you have modern equipment like radios. But still, the navigation will be strictly by ancient methods, non-instrumental. They'll be guided by the stars and the ocean, the currents, the wind. But we will have the safety equipment on board. But like I said, the navigation aspect is strictly traditional.
Wow, that's incredible. Hey, Ms. Okada, thank you so much for your time and for all that you've done to help put this all together, to get the crew ready and to push off here tomorrow morning and get them out safely.
Thank you. Thank you for being here and sharing it.
Of course. And if you're just joining us now on Facebook Live, we were speaking with one of the organizers about the canoe here at the Fanhigayan, getting ready to take a voyage tomorrow morning from here out of Hagatna, go into the water up north towards the CNMI, and then pretty much their last stop or their destination is in Saipan. They'll be there for a few days for the Flame Tree Festival before making their way back down. But as you might have heard from one of the organizers, Ms. Okada, earlier, she was mentioning that they're using all traditional methods. The stars, just the sea, everything that they have just in their surrounding environment. So that's pretty incredible to me, just that they are using really traditional methods to go about this voyage to get from Guam up to Saipan. And all the crew of 5 were told is going to, they estimate it'll take at least about 5 days for them to successfully complete this. And so this morning we're here because they are doing a blessing so that this crew has a safe journey when they push off tomorrow morning. And of course, for the journey they're going to take
A Guam flag.
and so this will be hanging as they.
Oh, I thought I was that you were asking.
Very nice.
Liz, Asubang David.
So easy, Emily.
Emily Antonio first, and I think right now.
But anything else?
I gave it to Nina, my student.
Oh my God, it was, yeah. So Em was in Pohnpei, but she came to the Philippines.
Yes. No, it's regular. Yeah, yeah.
So right now we're waiting for some of the other crew members that are going aboard the Fanhigayan, which is just on the other side here. The canoe set to go on a voyage from Guam to Saipan tomorrow morning, and we'll bring you the blessing for this voyage live right here.
It's from PD White to Guam. Very good. Seafaring Press in Guam. You were here when we said sign off, right?
I was.
Don't need to
Are you leaving tomorrow?
No.
No.
Oh, yeah. If I was 20 years younger,
Well,
I'm gonna fight this.
well, people here watching, tell us about some of the jewelry that you have here. It's beautiful.
Oh, this is an onyx manta ray. In Samoa, it's called the Fanhigayan TASA. And of course, I have an identical one right there. And then I do have a turtle here, and I got some small shells that they normally pick off the rocks. And look at how beautiful they did that. It looks like butterflies, but they're not. Then I got my seahorse right there, and of course I got my konkulu.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Thank
and the
you.
headdress and the earrings.
Yes. Some of my jewelry I acquired during Festback, and some of them I acquired from friends that left to Mexico. That's where my onyxes come in, because this is onyx.
And so, though you're not going on this voyage,
no.
What does it mean to just be part of this all together?
You know, being a part of this organization is really spiritual. The prowess, and even dealing with our hands and all the material, it's all spiritual. So we have a reverence to our area right here, and we're very protective of it, because we want to send our crew out in safety.
Right. And so that's the importance of what we're doing here this morning, the blessing before the crew sets sail with Fanhigayan, and the crew of 5, including a Grand Master Navigator, Master Navigator, 2 sons of a Grand Master Navigator, well known here in the island community.
Yeah, and they're headed out to Saipan for the Flame Tree Festival.
Right.
And that is going to be wonderful, because they'll probably be flying in on the same day they start.
What was so interesting to me is when I was speaking with Miss Okada, she was talking about how they navigate their way out there, that they don't use a compass, they don't have GPS. In 2017, they're still using those traditional ways, those traditional methods.
Seafaring is strictly Mother Nature in itself.
Yeah.
The wind doesn't blow, we're just stagnant.
You don't go.
We don't go nowhere. But it's really a very interesting thing to be on the proa taking the trip, because you feel so peaceful out there.
Right.
It's a beautiful trip to be out there, even if it's just out there and come right back.
Right.
You know, you feel the spirits, and being out in the water gives you a lot of energy.
And this is days of being out in the water for these guys. They're going to head to Saipan.
Yes, 5-day trip. And hopefully they don't have to stop in Enroda, because they're not intending to stop in Enroda.
That was what some of, at least one viewer here had asked, you know, or had recommended, stop in Rhoda, and I said, I don't think they will, but you can go out wave high.
They have to make it up to Saipan,
yeah.
And it's Mother Nature that they have to deal with.
Okay.
But if the wind takes them and they decide otherwise, or they might need more provisions, they might have to stop. But I don't think they're going to be needing extra provisions, because they'll be set by the time they leave here. So we just pray and bless them for safety.
All right, we'll see that blessing happen here as we wait for the other crew members to show up this morning.
Well, we were up till 2 o'clock this morning just trying to put our last minute touches, and we've extended the mast is a lot bigger, even the mast itself. The sail is bigger, the mast is longer.
So this is what we're looking at, the sail and the mast. This is what's going to help them with the wind. What's going to help push them off, get them to Saipan much quicker. So when we're talking about the sail here, I mean, how widespread is this, or do you know about how big?
Oh, this is probably about 30. And then it comes up like a V.
30 by 30 comes up as a V.
Yeah.
Right.
Have you ever been out on the proa?
No, I have not.
You know they're going to be back on the 3rd, which begins Micronesia.
Right.
Playing out here in the water with Fanhigayan.
We will have to join.
Yes. You guys need to go and enjoy nature out there and feel the proa when it flies.
Yeah, and this is something that many of the people that are here, you know, we get this, experience this opportunity. We should all.
I hope that we can push to keep this thing going, because, you know, a lot of people want to get involved in this, but it takes a lot. You have to know how to swim, you have to know how to deal with all these things before you even start getting in the proa.
Yeah.
Hi, baby.
And it's all a part of learning it.
Say hi, Mom.
So I hope you enjoy your day out here.
Yeah.
Just waiting for the
It's a
ceremony.
beautiful day.
You have one, John? Doesn't matter. It's all color. Blue?
Alright, well, let me know if you go to me, keep it out in the brown.
That's my file. I forgot to tell him to print it on hard stock.
Yeah, she asked me and I was like, she was like, can you put it on thin paper? I was like,
Can you give me the file? And we're looking for a star map. Yeah, okay. So he's gonna, he has a different name.
Y'all ready, Tony?
Yeah.
So what did you do? What do you do yourself? What do you do personally to prepare yourself for a journey like this each time you go out?
Well, just preparing what we need for the trip and securing the boat. That's all we do before we going out in the water. Make sure our boat is safe.
How long ago did you plan this journey from that you'll be taking here and heading up to Saipan?
We've been planning this trip for a couple of months ago.
A couple of months?
Yes, and it happened that the flame tree is coming up, so.
What were you guys doing when you decided, you know what, we have to take the Fanhigayan out, get up there for the Flame Tree Festival, this is what we're doing? What were you guys doing at that point?
Well, we just coming to the festival, send Guam, yeah, the voyaging. We are seafaring organization, so that's what we're doing.
You just decided this is the time, this is what we should do.
Yeah, and it's in a good season of sailing, so.
Well, I mean, tell me a little bit about you and your family. Your father, his name?
Yeah, my father, his name is Pius Mao Piailuk. Yeah, he
Grandmaster Navigator himself.
Navigator. That's what they call him, Master Navigator. He sailed. He opened the water between Hawaii and Tahiti in 1976.
Okay.
Yeah,
and where did you guys grow up?
We grew up on our tiny islands at our island in Yap.
In Yap?
Yes. And we've been sailing with our dad for a long time, since when we were like 7, 8 years old. Really out in the water, sailing around in Yap Islands and up to Chuk, and then out to Saipan, down to Guam.
So it's great that you could take that experience that you had from our neighboring islands, from our brothers there in Yap, and bring it to and interlink it with the culture that we have here in Guam.
Yes, yes.
What have you learned just from being here on our island, with the experience you have as a navigator, as a master navigator, and seeing how the traditions and the culture works here on Guam? Have you noticed any similarities?
Well, the only thing is changing is here is lost their culture long time, so they're trying to bring back old time.
Right.
Yes.
And so I keep saying this because I was astounded when I heard that you guys are you don't have a compass, you don't have a map, you don't have a GPS tracking device, you're using Mother Nature.
We're using the stars. waves.
How do you do that? How do you use just the environment around you to get you in the right direction without going off the course?
Well, that's what they've been doing in the beginning of the Navigators a long time ago. That's what they're using, stars and waves, so they pass it down, and that's where we get it.
Is there a trick or a technique that you guys do when you look at the stars that helps you navigate and find your way, so that you don't, or have you ever gone off the course in the past?
Well, at that time probably off course a little bit, because you don't see the stars and you see the wave. You know, it's a lot of different kind of waves. You hit it out there. And, there's a certain wave that you look at it to find your way.
So definitely some challenges.
There's some challenges out there.
Okay, Tony, good luck to you and to your brother, and see how it goes. I know we're waiting for the rest of the crew to show up. Who else is here that's going on this?
He's on the trip to Welu. Yeah, and then 5 of us. One of my nephew, my brother, and Welu and Tan Kastu from Saipan.
Oh, okay, so they're from Saipan. They're gonna take the trip up there.
Yeah.
Nice. And if you're just joining us on Facebook, this is this Saturday morning. This is what we're here for. The canoe, the Fanhigayan, getting ready to take off, push off from Hagatna here near the Paseo tomorrow morning. And we're here this morning because they're getting ready to do a blessing for the crew, the 5-member crew that's getting ready to go out on this voyage from here to Saipan. So we're gonna let you take a look right now at the canoe, the Fanhigayan, before we get going with the blessing here this morning. The crew again getting ready to go on their voyage from Guam here, from Hagatna, and push off, make their way north to the CNMI up to Saipan. It's a journey they say will take about 5 days, only using the elements around them, the stars, the sky, the waves, the environment around them only. Which is pretty incredible in 2017, because a lot of us rely on our phones, our GPS, and whatever we can to make it easier for us to find our way. But these guys, they're pretty confident, they're pretty experienced, so they are at ease. And with this blessing, you know, we only wish them all the best when they go about it. So momentarily we'll be seeing that blessing, the traditional blessing, as they go on this prepare to go on this voyage tomorrow morning. And we'll bring you to you live right here on KWIM's Facebook.
Right.
Morning.
I think they went to Tumon.
That's her group.
Yeah.
She was asking about the single paddle.
Oh yeah, that's what they were getting ready for last night.
Oh, so is there? Yeah, but they want to bring it down here and then what the parts of the final places. Everybody wants to do it.
Yep.
You know, there's been like
Nick, Nick, Nick.
All right, how's today, guys? Nick Delgado here from Hagatna, near the Paseo, coming to you from the island's capital. And right behind me here is the Canoe, the Fanhigayan, which will be pushing off here from the waters here in Hagatna tomorrow morning. Crew of 5, including a couple of master navigators, will be on that journey, and the blessing, which we've been waiting for the past hour here this morning, will be starting here momentarily. So we'll give you a live look right here.
No? Okay. And Sandra, you're supposed to be over here. And CJ. And Vicky and Dave. Vicky. Vicky. Mala.
And there's the 5-man crew right there getting ready
Okay, you do your quiet thing now.
to push off tomorrow morning.
Vicky, you have to the TASA board and the founders
And the blessing begins.
Just on one corner, no? Okay.
While they're talking.
Katutun, no? Okay, half a day, buena, manama siguro. Then Tasi, mala. Tasi. Sono gini mati? Okay, Maila.
Well, let me get my pen.
Okay, yeah. Vamos a Tanza.
Can somebody call Rob?
Sandra, sit down. Sandra. Okay, good. Sandra. Hey, Sandra. Who wants to come?
Yeah, go for it.
TASA, come on.
Half a day, sign masi para todos si mangaya gini pago na haani may para dai tinaitay jan tinatsu estisia I mantata si ne pavanhujun kita si pag agupa lota tutuni bendisyon ginin pago makaresti na tsotsu itetu I para tanalala I tapanyago talo ineni ima mapanagweta siya ima mofona na tautauta za manyaluta siya ginin no za satawa za ni Micronesia no kodi minagofnia ginaizonia po mapanagwihita na tautauta no hagas matutuna testi na tsotso za no neninia tabia za para sige mo na gihinanauta pues sempre hafa Saina masi para todo I hamtu janu I man gehilota si ginene Guam legislature si Senator Terlahi dan si dan todo man manajuda si Manny Duenas ginene fishing co-op I GVB si representa Pilar Laguanya, si Monica Guzman gineni Galaidi, Jan Guam Museum, Jan Lokwe Board I Kaha, I Guam Humanities Council, si Kimberly Killing, Jan Monica Flores, I Galaidi Professional Services Incorporated, Nema Manazura, it's a veterans organization, company Gwiniki Gohan. No manay loki azuro si Mike Wu I Guam Home Center I Universidad Guahan I Guam Plaza Resort and Spa ne azuzudare musuon mo na I Kuturata dan I todo mantata si I Fanlalayan si Leonard Iriarty dan man manunungo gi Fanlalayan I si Cham kinata ne pero isgay hun I laza guatu gizabuta
pues ginenluta ma iskayon na boti ginenluta para saipan. Pues eniki italanya, pues ginensaipan ang monajan humanaw magitatigwahan. Pues no estina hinano to dedicate watu gi Micronesian Navigators. Jani is Manyaluta gi Micronesia isatawa. Jan lokwi extendi undangkulo na saina maasi para todo e mufanyago estina toto. Mafanyago estina toto gi estisia I manoto gi menata pago. Si Roblin Tiaku, si Nash Camacho, si Sandra, si Dave Laguanya, and then pues si Ajudanticia, si Vicky Thomas, si Janet Ogun, si Emily Sablon, si Richard Manglonya, Jani Manyaluta ginin Satawa, Jan Saipen, si Master Navigator Cesario, si Antonio Pialo, Jan si John Castro ginin Luta, si Guelo Rosario, Vicente Rosario ginin Luta, Jan Asido no Jan si Giovanno Unutalo na Fafanu ki estina dinanya sa estina toto kakaya neni niya tabiya estina toto ja todo I ajudo ginin todo I tautauta jan todo I man agway jan na tomorrow siya na no para manay na gwinayzani nijo jan unit po na corazon todo ginin tautauta no sempre mo nalala malik estina toto sa sen I ajudo ni tautauta no jan man gwayza ginin hijong ne para ajuda sempre mo lala malik mas mala tuhun pago I Bendición, si Leonard Conductor I gini Fanhigayan, Monoy Bendición I hinanonya, pues no si Guelo Rosario, para Fanaita gi Tino Zamora Rukwe, pues si Itauto Satawa, para Matoki Bendición Mokwe. Pues en hafa mala tutun pago, sign maasi todos.
I'm going to do a brief recitation, and that'll be followed by a chant. And by the way, welcome to everybody for this very historical event. We are witnesses to that, our very small group. Those of you that are familiar with some of the chants that we use, there's one particular song that we sing at many ceremonies here. It's called Itinituhun, and when you listen to when you translate the Chamorro into the English, you look at the meaning of the chant, it sounds like we're talking about a creator. And the chant can be used for that. We give thanks, we remember a creator. But like all things traditional, sometimes there's very esoteric information that's hidden in the chant. And we're here to bless this canoe and bless this voyage. And so because you're here, I'm going to share a little esoteric information with you. Our chant Itinituhun, which refers to Zahululo, which can be a reference to God, our creator, is actually also a reference to a patron spirit of navigation. And since we're using it in this context, this is the meaning that we ascribe to the chant. So before we begin, let's begin by remembering all those who've come before us. Let's remember our mothers and our fathers, our grandmothers and our grandfathers that have passed on. Great-grandmothers, our great-grandfathers, back down the line to the very first sailing canoes to arrive here on our island over 4 millennia in the past. Manotgit isan hilo, imanam kana totlang siha, za intina iman mataw, iman mofna na tauto, iman motug iman pinena na nasakman siha. Intina minyan and mommy, za intina imanam kana totlang siha. Itinituhun. Itinituhun Gehalom Hinasun Itzahululo Manetno Ihinafasiha Tai Hinekok Jan tight sea Gehalom Hinasun Idzahululo Gehalom Hinasun Gehalom Hinasun Idzahululo Tai Hinekok Zen Tai Tsi
Sai na maase, pues tinatitigas no vuelo.
Tafan manay tay. Wasay na in fafaisin ha gininiza holulun di corazon mo. Na ungiyahan itasi giam hujung gi korenti kuniam guatu gi pahinano mami. Maneen nun ham pago na kaani patafanita muli jantahita tumistiguji aju talo na hinano isakman di 300 años diski i ultimo na humutsong niya isakman. Kapag manadyo sa buwasay na talo papaisinaw ingagagaw iya muna kanayan ni safu na inanomami say na masi say na masi
Sai na maase. ceremonias na banda, pues en convivida hamso todos kinenhami ke tasi san TASA no na dinanya inerno ni mantatasi sila don todo mantatasi para kaagagesi todo ninain ng kano pago kininahaani pues no hinanaw niya no para agupa na oga Ina hati malago matu ki oramon around 8 a.m. or around that time you might want to come earlier in case the wind factor is very positive earlier than that, and we will see them off. And Sandra,
I could be posting it on TASA Facebook, so if you just monitor TASA Facebook, we'll advise everybody of the status. And when we're down to, possibly a departure within an hour, we'll try to update that information. So you don't have to be calling different people. Just go to TASA Facebook page and I'll post updates.
Sana maasi todos. Pues, bala Sandra?
Rob, Tiago would like to say prayer, but he can to come right back. And Rob is Rob was actually a pioneer for revival of Chamorro seafaring tradition. So we're really honored that Rob can be with us today. He's traveled to Pulawat, lived in Pulawat, married into Pulawat. But he's been very, very revival of our seafaring tradition. Rob?
If I may add a quick note before Rob does his prayer, I wanted to share that the Saina went to sail to Luta with the Chamorro woman on board, and to us, as Native people, that is very, very significant. And that was Sandra Iseki Okada, along with so we can give her a hand. And to as Chamorros, that is super significant. And of course, with Saina brothers and Manny Sikau from Pulawat. Yeah, they sailed to Luta in 2000.
May 20th, 2009.
May 20th, 2009. So again, all this is part of the journey, and we're working towards full revival of our seafaring culture and life skills for the people that are not even born yet. So without further ado, we'll hand it over to Rob.
Long time, Rob.
We know that God is the one protecting. So we push that away in our prayers. Each of them that's here. We wish them a safe journey there and back. Pray for them continuously. And pray for them when they get back. And pray for each other.
Push away the bad and it is pushed away.
here for the canoe that's setting out on its voyage tomorrow morning here from Hagatna around 8 o'clock, we're told. That's going to push off from here in Hagatna and head north. 5-day journey to Saipan for these 5 men you see here. Thank you all so much for joining us and for wishing them well on their journey. We will continue to follow them as they make their way there up north and as they head back.